The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
What up? We're back. Triple Cross Podcast. I'm John at Triple Cross John. That's Casey at Niners Fan Man on YouTube. All one word. Niners Fan Man on YouTube.
Indeed.
We're talking some NBA. We're talking some hoops. We see you guys. We see you all in the playback chat, live on playback like we always are. We got Keela Mac. We got Yamadolo, we got Cher, we got Tank G32, which is my favorite screen name of everybody. And we see 6 visitors. Here's the thing. We give away gift cards on this show, but in order for us to know that you're here and know that you can win a gift card, you got to join the community. So you have to sign in, sign up, whatever you need to do. You're listening to me right now. You either haven't signed in or signed up for playback, or you haven't joined our community. That's what you need to do. Then you need to chat and be like, hey, what's up? This seems like a fun time. What are we talking about? We're talking about Kevin Durant and how he can't close. The man can't close. Not a great closer, KD.
I mean, he at least he can open, though. That's generally his game. He can open, even if he can't close.
Good opener.
Your boy here.
Anytime you need a jar of pickles opened, KD is your guy. Great opener, not a closer.
That's more than I can say for myself. I just scared all of our live viewers on this live recording because if you've been around for a minute, you know we have some music in the pre-show as the live show is ready to start. I forgot that our viewers can't hear that while we still can, and I did my traditional "Let's go" to start the episode, and I scared some of the live viewers. So my apologies, everybody.
It's all good. We're going to talk KD. We're going to talk how he can't close. We're going to talk about Chet versus Wemby. We got to start it now. We got to start that Chet versus Wemby train now. We are also going to do a little reacting. We're going to talk about who's the most boring team in the league to watch, who's the most fun team in the league to watch. That's what we're getting into today. Before we get into that, Casey, let everybody know how our show works, how they win gift cards, just tell them the details if they're new.
Well, John, there's lots of different ways that people can win giveaway prizes on our show. First and foremost, we always recommend you check out the live recording that we do for all of our live episodes, all of our post-recorded episodes that we upload onto audio platforms or we upload onto YouTube afterwards now. We shoot these live in our playback community. If you join us in our playback community, you are eligible then to win in the live giveaways we do during the recordings. So everybody who's here already knows that drill, but we also like to let the people who just listen after the fact know as well. Basically, we just sometimes we play some fun games to do it. Sometimes it's by random wheel. And this week we actually started a new comment competition, which we'll be addressing later on today. We're actually going to go live twice today. That's the plan. Today is you're getting your basketball early because John's available, and then you'll get your football late with me. That's where we'll do the comment judging. So if you haven't heard about it yet, we have 2 new YouTube channels, Triple Cross Basketball and Triple Cross Football. Basically, you can go to any video on those 2 new channels. There's not that very many yet. And comment whatever comment you think will be funniest. Make sure you watch all of the clips so you know the material we're talking about really well, and the best inside joke that anybody throws out in comments on both channels. We're going to have a winner from each channel. So if you want to win some sports memorabilia, we will be giving away $25 to DAP Sports to the funniest comment leavers on each channel. The competition's starting to heat up. Noticing quite a few people definitely taking advantage of that. Search Triple Cross Football on YouTube and Triple Cross Basketball on YouTube to find those channels and comment on any of the videos there or all the videos to try to increase your chances. That's how you get your odds the highest. Aside from that, join us on the live episodes like the one we're doing right now.
All right, let's get into Kevin Durant. Not a great closer, Kevin Durant. Good opener. Good basketball player. I'm not saying he's not a good basketball player, but let's talk about the Bulls. In a game against the Bulls this week, I think he did not score in the last 5 minutes of play, and the only points he scored were 2 free throws in overtime. In that time, he also missed 3 turnaround fadeaway. He missed so he didn't score in the last 3 minutes for sure. Maybe in the last 5 minutes. He had a turnover on a super key possession at the end of the game. He missed the game winner. So he took a dumb shot for the game winner, dribbled to his right, took this like 18-foot fadeaway that didn't go in. And then he took 3 total shots and only took 3 shots in 5 minutes of play in overtime. He took 2 mid-range fadeaways that he missed, and he missed a layup as well. By the end of overtime, he was basically just feeding Nurkic. They were running a little pick and roll action, and he was passing to Nurkic every single time, regardless of whether that was the right read or not. Now, Nurk did have like 8 to 10 points in clutch minutes, which is 5 minutes, last 5 minutes in the game, and he had, like between clutch time and overtime, Nurk did have some points, but Nurk was just fighting. He was offensive boards, putting them back up, just doing that dirty Nurkic stuff. Meanwhile, Kevin Durant, team superstar, supposed to be your closer, the mid-range master, just not really closing out. So this made me wonder, like, is this like a normal thing for him? So first of all, before we get into that though, Casey, what I need to know is like, what do you think? Like, do you think a player needs to be a closer to be a superstar? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, can you be a superstar and not really be a closer? You know what I'm saying?
This always strikes me as like these debates we have. To me, superstar transcends any sport, right? And I know you're asking particularly about basketball, so I'll keep it to that. But the question stands. Same thing with like the GOAT discussion. Does any criteria follow through? Because in other sports, you can't always be the closer, depending on position. Is Mariano Rivera the best baseball player of all time because he has, the best closing, resume? No.
Yeah.
Like, he's the best closer for sure. And I think that's different in basketball, right? Because you can kind of get the ball to anybody at any time and give the guy the shot, right? But I think some of that still leaks through for me. So I think that there is a way that you are a superstar without being the guy who's like, like
when it comes down,
always that guy.
Here's
you don't have to be like Mike to be a superstar. Maybe I'm wrong.
Here's where I'm at with it. I'm fine if the game script goes like in a lot of stuff, right? Like, maybe Randy Moss doesn't get the target on that last play of the game because he was triple covered and it needed to go somewhere else, right? Does that mean he's not a superstar? No. But Randy Moss should be saying, "Hey, if there's an ounce of daylight, you get me the damn ball," right? That's what he's saying before the play starts. So, look, if Kevin Durant isn't, like if he's double covered, triple covered, whatever, sometimes he's passing out of double coverage. That's fine. That's the right basketball play. But when he's getting a switch with Zach LaVine guarding him and he's throwing some lazy lob, he threw this like lazy lob pass into the post to Nurkic, and it was like so high and slow that the backside defender just came in and ripped it right away. And I bet Nurkic got credited with the turnover, but it was really Durant's fault. He's trying to post up 6'2" Caruso, and he can't even get position on him. And by the end of the game, he's just giving up the ball. He's not even taking the shots anymore. That's what I have. Like, that's where I'm like, okay, now your lack of closing and your lack of willingness to close is hurting your superstar status.
It's really like lack of being effective.
Right. Yeah. Like, you're getting the touches, you're getting the targets, and you're not coming down with it. Like, yeah, like I'll use Randy Moss again. That ball goes up in the air 3 times to him in the last couple minutes of a game, and he just doesn't come down with any of them. It's like, yeah, well, look, that's what you want. That's why you have that guy, so that you can throw it up there and let him go get it. And if he's not going and get it, what is he? Is he still a superstar? Or is he just, he can still be a great player and not be a closer.
Yeah, I think that's how I draw it up too. Is you can be a great player without being a closer. You can be a superstar. But why is it the reason you're not closing? And I think that's what we're really getting at here with KD. And
yeah,
I mean, maybe it's real, but I also kind of fall into the camp of once a superstar, you stay there. It's like a status achieved. It always remains highest.
Yeah, I got you. But look, I was trying to figure out, okay, is it just, do I have recency bias?
Would he earn
here?
it today? Would he earn it? Like, does he deserve it right now?
Well, and I was also, is this always been KD, or do I have recency bias here? Because I don't think anybody thinks of KD as particularly like a great closer. He's had a long enough career that I'm sure you could go dig up a few game winners that he's hit. But here's something that's troubling this year. Okay. He's currently 16th in total points in clutch minutes. So defining clutch minutes, that's the last 5 minutes of a game when the score is within 5. All right. So he's 16th in total points in clutch minutes. You'd think, 16th is pretty high. That's not bad. Here's a couple guys who are ahead of him. Malik Monk, Who? Nikola
The league.
Vucevic, Jeremy Grant, Keldon Johnson, D'Angelo Russell, and most notably Victor Wembanyama.
Wemby.
New Durant, aka Better Durant. He leads. So you might just think like, okay, maybe some of them have played more clutch time than him. He's 16th in clutch points. He leads the league in clutch field goal attempts. He has shot more shots in the clutch than anyone else. He shot 17 of them. His percentage on those is 29%, which is worse than every other person with more than 6. So there's 50 people with more than 6. There's two who are shooting a worse percentage than that. One of them is Cade Cunningham, who we definitely don't consider a superstar, at 21%. And one of them is Tyler Harrow. He only has 6 attempts and he's shooting 28% on those. So he's shooting a lot of, this isn't just the Bulls game, right? He's shooting a bunch of stuff in the clutch and he's missing this year. Now, what has he done in past years? I don't know. I don't know off the rip, whether he's like normally a really great clutch player or not. I did look into it a little bit and he's relatively average, he's a very average clutch player, which is not normal for a superstar, right? Like, so Steph Curry is not an average clutch player. Neither is Dame. Right. Neither is any of those guys you think of. They are not average clutch players. They're above average in the clutch, just like they're above average all the rest of the time. Kevin Durant seems to be very average in the clutch while still being able to put up, above average numbers the rest of the time.
Man, it feels hot takey, but you're making such a good case. Are you winning me over right now? Is KD really not a closer, like in the truest, like at his best, as a player type, as a clutch, like God, like he just pass, fail.
Yeah, and you think, I mean, like, oh well, everybody's keying in on him on defense. He was guarded by Alex Caruso against the Bulls. Alex Caruso, we talk about Alex Caruso.
Alex Caruso?
You talking about practice? Alex is 6'4", great perimeter defender. Alex Caruso, all right, great perimeter defender. Kevin Durant is a forward. He is a 7-foot forward. Why are we talking about?
That's not the right tool for the job you're trying to do there, though.
Right. Well, apparently it is. If Kevin Durant is what you're worried about now,
leading the league in a headband sweat, though, I believe still, right?
Yeah, I mean, leading the league in kind of looking like, like that guy you play pickup with at the church on Wednesday nights. Yeah. That's Alex Caruso, man. Just earning those minutes. Classic white guy, earning them minutes on defense. Yep. Look, I like me some Alex Caruso, but this is a scorer's league. I don't care how good the defender is. If you're Kevin Durant, you can score on them. That should be what it is. That's supposed to be what it is. So let's get down to it now. Brass tacks. There's other things. There's other cases against Kevin Durant. He can't close as just the most recent one. He's never really made a serious play. I mean, he's made some serious playoff runs. He's never won a ring without Steph and Clay and Draymond. He's never won a ring without 3 other all-stars. And he's been on some super teams.
Come on back.
Is Kevin Durant a fake superstar?
Just come on home, Durant. We'll take you. We'll take you back if you want another one. We'll take you back. Warrior land.
You'll take him back and carry him, huh?
Yeah. I mean, hey, it worked out once, right?
Yeah.
We'll carry all that weight. We'll carry that dead weight.
I think Steph Curry can take any size backpack, I suppose.
I think so, right? I mean, shoot. Better than playing with Jordan Poole.
Is Kevin Durant a fake star? Fake superstar?
I don't know why. I want to at least grant him this. You make a good case. I want to know, why can't he close? Why, like, not how is it that he's not closing? Not is he not closing or not? I think you've proven that stuff. But like, why is Kevin Durant a head case? Is he just, when the big moment comes, when it's time to pay the piper, he stiffs the piper? Yeah.
He's like average, or he becomes this very average type of player is what it is. Like it's not so bad that it's egregious where you're like, this guy just absolutely folds under pressure. He becomes this very average player. And why is that? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's the law of averages catching up to him from the rest of the time that he's playing so well. Maybe he is a little bit of a head case. I don't know, man. Kevin Durant is kind of he's not a private guy, but like his main public persona is to just like troll back on trolls. So I have no idea what's going on in that dude's head.
Do you have to be consistent to be a superstar? Is Devin Booker a superstar? Is this
I think you have to be consistent for the period of time. Like there's some period of time that we use to say that's a superstar, and it's not one season, but it's also not like more than 5 seasons. So I think we say that James Harden at one point was a superstar, and we've talked about this before. Once a superstar, always a superstar. So like James Harden would have that superstar S tier status. So there's some period of time that you have to be consistent for, and it's like it's more than one season.
so?
And yeah,
Is D Book a superstar?
well, no, I don't. I mean, we've talked about the superstar thing before, and we said people are too liberal with
Suns superstars at 1.5.
Yeah, we've said that people are too liberal with the number of superstars there are.
Right.
And I guess that's what I'm getting down to here is if we're going to be more strict about it and we're going to say superstar is defined as I'm here, we win.
Yeah.
I mean, look,
you snub might not be the people you think you'd snub.
Suns have won, and everywhere Kevin Durant has gone, they've been deep run playoff type teams. Okay. So by that, over a long period of time, everywhere he goes, they're deep run playoff teams. I suppose you could say Kevin Durant qualifies, but what's concerning to me is he might be the only person who qualifies for that S tier superstar status who fades to averageness in the big moments.
Yeah.
And that's just a bummer. It's a bummer if you're a Suns fan. It's a bummer if you're a basketball fan and you want to see this guy do something. All right, let's get off Kevin Durant. Let's get off that Kevin D.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
You don't want to be on the Kevin D anymore.
I mean,
I'm gonna show this wheel again real quick. Here we go.
Wheels up.
Wheels up. So you guys know we're gonna do 4 giveaway spins today. So if you're on this wheel, you are entered to win a $25 gift card to DAP Sports, where you can get like sports. You could get the sports things. You can get cards, signed jerseys, signed helmets, all that kind of stuff. So A1 Kevo, I got you. If you don't see your name on the wheel, let me know in the chat. Jojo Mac, I see
guys.
you.
Speak up.
Jojo Mac is on. Tom is on. Jedi, are you on there? No, Jedi is on.
Looks like we got Amber Lee Tate.
Amber Lee T is on. Adam T is here now. That's good. I would have been worried about him. Felix is probably asleep. I don't know what time of day he sleeps, but it might be this time. Keela Mac, I see you. I mean, I got this up. Should we do a quick spin now? What do you guys think? A little quickie? You guys want to do a little quickie? You guys want to just, bang one out real quick?
We can only rip one off if I can tell everybody who's here that they have a chance at winning outright on one of the $25 giveaways I'll do tonight.
Oh, those are on top of our spin. Those are on top of our spins, by the way. Yeah. Oh,
right. Yeah. Go leave funny comments on Triple Cross basketball and Triple Cross football videos on YouTube. By that I mean those channels, those new channels, not our main channel you're used to seeing us on. We have 2 new channels. One's called Triple Cross basketball. One's called Triple Cross football. Sorry to everybody who's heard this pitch already a couple times. Go leave funny comments on there. I'm going to pick the funniest ones tonight on our NFL episode.
If you make Casey laugh,
$25 right off the rip to DAP Sports for the funniest comment on both of those channels. Any video, by the way. So get to it.
Right.
Woo! After this.
They are all in on a quickie. Everybody likes quickies. That's good because that's the only way I know how to do it. I think that's it. Everybody's in. Quickies are good. Here we go.
Ooh, I got Keela. I got the streak staying alive.
I like Kev won whatever his Hey, Amber Lee T. Amber Lee T just won $25. Email triplecrosspodcast@gmail.com to claim your winnings. Say that you won on the November 10th show. And
first show.
Good job.
The basketball show.
The basketball show. November 10th basketball show. If you didn't see your name on that wheel, just make sure you chat in. Let me know that you're here. I would hate to miss anybody. I'm sorry if I missed you guys. All right. we got to move through this because I got to go. Hey, you guys want to hear just some real like humanizing stuff? Like I got to go pick up my kids in a little bit, it's like, I know they all thought of me as this like superhero, that just never had to do regular person stuff, but
It's real life dad shit.
Yeah, real life dad shit right there. All right. Okay, next up
are we mobbing tough through all three things we had planned here, John? Or are we audible?
Good question. That's a good question. A little audible. Yeah, a little audible to section 3 there as you're looking at it. That's
all right. Cool. By the way, I'm just gonna need you to send me your NFL picks, and I'll go over them on the show.
Oh,
if you get a chance, John.
Hopefully I can get him in time. All right, here we go.
Yeah. I got you. I'll make it easy.
All right. Our good buddy, Mr. Carter, you guys might know him. He's been on the show before. Mr. Carter from the NBA District IG account made this recently. This is a collab post with Kaleo.nba. Don't know him, but seems like a cool guy or girl. I don't know. But I thought it was fun. So this was his preseason guess on a little tiered list of the NBA teams from most exciting to least exciting. So starting at tier 4 would be least exciting. We're a couple games in now, Casey. I think we could revise this. We could find out where we agree, where we don't agree. Chat, feel free to hop in on this as well. Let's start at tier 4. What do you say?
Tier 4. Let's get it, boy.
So tier 4, we got the Jazz, the Pistons, the Raptors, the Nets, the Wizards, the Hornets, and the Bulls. Is there anyone there that you want to call into question? So the tier 4 is if it's the only game on.
If it's the only game on.
Yes.
Ooh, nobody.
Who
do you think?
I'm going to call something out right now. Because the way I'm going to say that we have to do this is that we have to go 1 for 1. We can't overload a tier. Does that make sense? So we got to split them up evenly, just like they are right now.
I see. Okay. So we're really trying to decide just really who doesn't fit here.
Right. Well, I guess he can't. I guess they are. I guess tier 3 has more teams.
But, yeah, they already.
But let me tell you. I last night watched the Hawks and the Magic, and even with those two teams playing like a good game against each other, it was still just so boring to watch. Like I legitimately was at like the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, I was like, I might just not watch sports tonight. Like I'm done with this. And the Hawks and Magic are in tier 3. So the real question is there a team in the tier 4 level who's better than them? Let me throw one out there. We got the Hornets at the tier 4 level. So basically what he's done here is he's just put all the worst teams at the tier 4 level. And I more or less agree with that. But the Hornets have LaMelo, and LaMelo can be exciting to watch, even if you're watching him lose. Even if you're watching them lose. All right. So I'm going to propose to you that we switch the Hornets into tier 3 for the Magic down into tier 4.
I think you can sell me on that. The Magic don't seem to have like the flashiness.
Yeah.
Per se. Maybe there's some talented players, but
I mean, they got Joe Ingles getting serious minutes, who's like the slow, like white dude who just shoots corner threes. And I mean, I guess he talks some shit. That's fun. The Jazz are definitely boring. I'm a Jazz fan. They are boring. I get it. Detroit Pistons, definitely really boring. They belong in tier 4. The Raptors without Van Vliet are just ugly. We got Scotty Barnes and OG Anunoby. Go ahead.
Yeah, where are we with the Nets, though? I think Cam Thomas is kind of exciting, right? He's kind of
right now he is. Do you think he's got? All right. Well, who would you switch him out for? So for me,
also as far as like for the talent and the skill level we've seen of another player on this team, I think there's like this running, like you want to know what he's up to in Ben Simmons. You know, nobody's excited to actually watch him play, but you're kind of excited to watch him like fail sometimes.
Right. So, all right, a couple proposals. I like Hornets for Magic. There's a couple teams in the tier 3 level that I don't like right now as well.
Like the Hawks, you said.
The Hawks, and then the other one is, dude, the Grizzlies are such a freaking snooze fest without Ja Morant. It is not fun to watch those guys. Now, do we leave them in the tier 3 because we just kind of believe that when Ja comes back, they'll be there? Or do we move them to tier 4? So we only have to exchange 2 teams from tier 4. We could bring 3 teams down, right? So we could be that flexible with it. But personally, I think we could go up to tier 3 with the Hornets. and I think we could go up to tier 3 with the Nets because Cam
I think
Thomas is
so.
fun right now. We could leave the Grizzlies and we could pull down the Hawks and Magic, or we could just go up with the Hornets. Oh no! Oh, sorry, I just saw another one. Tier 3 also contains the Rockets, and they definitely they're the worst team in tier 3, and they're not fun to watch. So
Oh yeah, we should pull them down for sure.
yeah, so Hornets for Rockets, and then I would say we can bring Magic down to tier 4 as well. And I think
Okay.
that's the only thing. All right. Hornets go up to tier 3, Magic and Rockets go down to tier 4. So the finalized tier 4 this point in the season is Bulls, Rockets, Magic, Wizards, Nets still down there, Pistons and Jazz. I think that's right. The Nets are sort of maybe the leader of tier 4, but they're not quite, as I'm looking at the bottom teams of tier 3, which would be like the Hawks and Grizzlies, they're not quite at that level in my opinion.
Okay. I can
Yeah.
buy that. I'll
All
buy
right.
that.
As I look at tier 3, I see one glaring thing, and this could be my bias. I see one glaring thing that it just looks like an absolute slight to me, and that is the Indiana Pacers. They at least deserve tier 2.
That's who jumps out to me at first too.
Yes.
And maybe there's another team. I don't know if I want to make the argument for, but the Pacers. I mean, yeah, we're big Hallie guys too.
I'm
So
already eyeing who I want to switch them for as well, and I bet it's the same team you would say. I got two teams in tier 2 that are just not fun, and I think there's one that's maybe a little ahead of the other.
Ooh, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if we'll be on the same page. I guess I don't know which one
All
you're
right,
thinking.
talk to me, Goose. All right,
On,
I mean,
okay,
who do
on
you
tier
see in
2.
tier 2 that you're like, I don't like it?
Okay, I'm gonna run through the ones I don't think you're talking about. I don't think the Spurs, obviously. I don't think the Kings. I
No.
don't think it's the Sixers.
Nope.
And of those 4 teams left, I think generally you're pretty high up on the Cavs. I don't end up watching a lot of Cavs basketball, so I can't weigh in too much. But
the Cavs are definitely exciting to watch.
Right, I think
they
I
might
think
not. They're more exciting than they are good.
I'm trying to talk myself through down to the bottom of this list, so they belong there next. Man, the Knicks again. It's like if you like watching like a blunder, sometimes that's like entertaining. Sometimes
here's the thing: the Knicks are exciting about half the time, and it's when Jalen Brunson goes off. When Jalen Brunson goes off, it is pretty fun to watch. But even the way that Jalen Brunson goes off is kind of this very boring, like get 2 feet into the paint and shoot a floater type of way of doing it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think the Knicks are in contention here for like potentially being down.
I think for relegation. They're definitely on my. There's 2 that are clearly on my relegation list, and they're one of them.
And I think now that I'm down here, I'm like, oh, I'm missing OKC because I'm with Chet, like that's going to be exciting. So I think it's got to be the Knicks and the Clips at the bottom for me.
Yes. Now, I think that you were hesitant to say the Clips because I think they're very good at basketball.
A lot of star power in the names too. Like
keep in mind, yes, there's a lot of star power in the names, and they are good at basketball. But the brand of basketball they play is not exciting. James Harden actually brings some more excitement to that team for sure. And Russ is much of a shit show as what Russ is. He brings some excitement to the team. But like Kawhi plays this very methodical brand of basketball that's like he's had a lot of success with it, but like it's not exciting to watch. Paul George also plays a very unexciting brand of basketball. So for me, it's got to be the Knicks at the bottom. And then the star power of the Clippers and James, in addition to James Harden, probably puts them in the second to bottom spot. So if we just got to switch one out, I'm switching out Pacers for Knicks at that tier 3 to tier 2 level. Other than that, the only other team that sticks out to me in tier 3 that I would maybe switch out for the Clippers.
There was one I want. Do you mind if I see?
Go ahead. I bet it's the same. Yeah, go ahead.
So it's the Clips is who we're weighing this against, obviously. And I was thinking the Timberwolves maybe.
Ooh, okay. So the Timberwolves, I was going to float. I thought you were going to say the Pelicans because the Pelicans are kind of exciting when Zion's on the floor. The Timberwolves. I get why you're saying the Timberwolves. I was going to float them to you if you didn't say them because they're the best defensive team in the league right now.
Yeah, and you know me. Yeah.
Now, traditionally, defense isn't exciting. So I think what we need to know here from our live stream chatters is who is more exciting to watch because I'm not going to break this tie. Who's more exciting to watch, the Timberwolves or the Clippers? Clippers or Timberwolves? Not who's better, who's more exciting, who's more fun to watch. If the game's on and it's 2 teams that you don't care about playing, who are you more excited about seeing? Timberwolves or Clippers?
I'm not going to break the tie either, obviously. So we've decided then Pelicans are the third out of that trio.
I think
We
the
don't even
Pelicans are
want that up there.
very exciting when Zion's on the floor, and he has been so far. But assuming, just projecting, let's project a little bit.
Yeah.
Assuming there will be a large portion of time where he's out, let's not put
That's kind of how I feel about the Clippers too.
Yeah.
You know, like you think, oh, with those 4 guys in the lineup at the same time, I'm like, when's that going to happen?
It has a
Realistically.
couple. Yeah, I get you.
No, I mean, in
I'm
a
projecting.
long
Yeah.
term.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I look at, I guess Timberwolves. Yeah. There's
Dude,
a little bit of that going on, but
a lot of our chatters are saying Clippers are more exciting than Timberwolves. So
interesting. That's where I would lean the other way, but I'm down.
I
with
know
the chat
you
for you
would.
to
I know.
decide there.
Yeah, I know you would. You like defensive basketball, and I like what Anthony Edwards is offensively incredibly fun to watch. He'll shoot you right out of a game sometimes, but he'll also hit crazy shots. And
Plus, he was in that Adam Sandler movie, so
yeah, and and his name was Kermit.
yeah.
So yeah, no, and I like their brand of defense. It's super tough defense. And the Nuggets, their only loss so far this year. So hard, tough to put them in tier 3, but in terms of excitement, sure. All right, Timberwolves get to stay in tier 3.
Well, good old
Clippers
Carter
get
and
to stay in
Khalil
tier
doing pretty
2.
good so far.
Yes. So we so to reread the finalization of tier 3, Rockets got relegated, Hornets came up, and the Magic got relegated, and then the Knicks came down and the Pacers went up. So we got Timberwolves in tier 3. We have Timberwolves, Blazers, Hornets, Pelicans, Knicks, Magic, or no, not Magic, Heat, Hawks, Grizzlies. Grizzlies with an asterisk. We're assuming they'll get more exciting when John Morant comes back. All right, let's get to the real stuff. The tier 2 teams. As of right now, our tier 2 looks like this: Oklahoma City Thunder, San Antonio Spurs, Sacramento Kings, Cleveland Cavaliers, New York Knicks. No, not New York Knicks. Indiana Pacers, Los Angeles Clippers, and Philadelphia 76ers. I see a team in tier 1 that this tier 1 is called must-see TV. I see a team in tier 1 that I do not think is must-see TV right now. And I see a team in tier 2, 2 teams really in tier 2, but definitely one of them that is definitely must-see TV. What do you think it is, Casey?
Oh man, I think I know the 2 teams in tier 2 that you're talking about.
Yep.
I'm just going to assume it's like Rookie Watch 2023.
Yes,
here.
and specifically the Spurs. It's specifically the Spurs because the Spurs are like kind of this maybe playoff team, and the only thing that changed from them being the worst team in the league is they got this kid, this man kid, Wemby himself. So to me, Wemby is must-see TV at this point. There is a tier 1 team. There's really 2 tier 1 teams that I'd put at the bottom here, but there's one of them that's a little below the other.
I think I know which teams those are too. And I mean, I won't get ahead of ourselves here, but I agree with where we're going. I think I'll stay on the thesis of the episode with Kevin Durant can't close. Are you thinking one of those teams might be the Suns, even though I think it's your second from the bottom team in tier 1?
Yes, and yes, you got both those things right, my guy.
Let's go. So I'm down with that plan. Spurs over Suns. Let's go.
Yeah. What's the bottom team? Because there's a team that's even below.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the other trade. I'll swap is the Thunder for the team by the lake, the Lakers.
Yes, the Lakers are just a geriatric shit show, man. Like they're not fun. Maybe they'll get, and I don't. So here's the thing: is the Lakers? Everybody just watches them because they're the Lakers. Like, be honest, chat. Be honest right now. Like, do you really enjoy watching the Lakers play? Some of y'all are Lakers fans. Do you really? Is it like, oh my gosh, their brand of basketball is just electric, or is it like, yeah, it's hard to watch a bunch of old men play in the NBA? Like, I get
even the people who say yes, they enjoy it because it's the team they are more familiar with. If you're going to watch mediocre basketball, you might as well watch the guys that you know play mediocre basketball.
Somebody in our chat just said, I enjoy watching them lose. That is a big reason people watch Lakers basketball, because they like to lick tears. And anytime the Lakers are doing bad, it's like, let's watch this so that I can go on Twitter afterwards and listen to them cry about it. They are not exciting right now. I'm definitely good with relegating them to tier 2. In fact, I would almost say maybe down to tier 3. All right, here's the real test.
Whoa.
Who is more exciting to watch, chat? Lakers or Timberwolves? Could the Timberwolves take the spot in tier 2 from the Lakers? I'm going to trade. You and we're making this call right now. OKC and San Antonio move up to tier 1. They're must see TV right now. This rookie of the year race is must see TV. And the Oklahoma City Thunder, don't look now, but they're a contender. They're like just trying to get over that hump of being a contender in the West. Suns and Lakers relegated to tier 2. Suns, I'm going to still leave in tier 2. They're solid enough to where I'll say they're more fun to watch than the Timberwolves for sure. But the Lakers, I don't think they're more fun than the Timberwolves, man.
Wow. So you got them below the Clips, below the Timberwolves. I mean, how about like the Knicks then? Because they would have been the next team up.
The Knicks got relegated to tier 3 as well. Yeah. So Knicks.
Right. So you're saying the Lakers are watching the Lakers is like
watching
New York.
I think watching the Lakers is a little more exciting than watching the Knicks, only because of the novel. Somebody said this too in the chat. Like, it's the novelty. It's like like, hey, there's only so many more years you're going to get to watch LeBron and, whatever. And honestly, the only thing that's fun about watching the Lakers is like, somehow this whole team sucks. And in year 21, he's still got like this positive plus minus. So yeah, I do, respect, I'm not, I don't know. Yeah, I got him above the Knicks, below the Timberwolves, but I think our chat is siding with the Timberwolves siding with the Lakers over the Timberwolves.
Wait, one more challenger maybe. Assuming with Ja Morant.
Nah.
Can't get there from here.
Nah, can't get there. Hey, you can't get there from here. You got to go through Hutter. All right. So we got finalization of tier 2.
That was a joke for exactly me.
Yep, just you and my dad if he listens to it later.
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Who is also John's dad.
Hey, my dad, John.
I didn't want the listeners to think I was like, oh, hey, John.
Hey, John. Hey, John the Third. There was an inside joke for you from John the Fourth. All right. Tier 2 finalized. The Lakers, the Suns, the Kings, the Cavs, who do we move up? The Pacers, the Clippers, and the 76ers. That means tier 1 finalized is the Warriors. Yup, absolutely. Bucks, definitely struggling right now, but still very fun to watch. Mavericks, super fun to watch. Nuggets, I mean, do you like watching teams win? That Nuggets Warriors game 2 nights ago, oh my gosh, that was some of the best basketball I've seen all year. And like both teams playing well. I can't say enough about that game. The Suns stay in tier 1. Nope, the Suns relegated to tier 2. The Celtics are in tier 1, and the Spurs and Thunder move up into must-see TV. I think that's the final tier maker. I
like it. If I were forcing you to make one more, force one team out of the top tier, who is the one that should fall? Is it one of those rookie teams led by the rookies, or is it somebody else who it might surprise you because there's a clear tier break there?
Yeah. So which is the least exciting? I gotta say that of those, who's the least exciting to watch? That's where Wemby can't carry it anymore. It's like they need a little bit more than just Wemby there in San Antonio. Because it's like the Warriors, dude, the Warriors are they play electric basketball. It's fun to watch. Maybe the Bucks. The Bucks could be it. I'm going to say something unpopular.
It's
going to be the Nuggets.
I think it perhaps could be the Celtics too, even though that feels weird to say. But I was thinking maybe the Mavs. Maybe.
I don't know, dude. The Mavs, like Luka, like again. So
I get the selling
Wemby's so fun. Wemby's super fun to watch. I think Luka's just as fun to watch. But same thing with the Warriors. They're being carried by how fun it is to watch Steph.
Yes.
Their scheme also allows for a lot of really cool offensive play.
Yeah, but Wemby's freak. Like, I think that's what I'm kind of proposing is like Wemby. Yeah.
Everybody loves a good freak show,
Yeah, over like Luka is incredible, but it's not like in a freakish athleticism type of way. It's a very skilled like basketball. If you're a student of the game, if you're really into the X's and O's and kind of leverage and things like that, like he's the guy. He's great. But if you just want to see somebody like just blazing speed, insane vertical, you know what I mean? Like
what it is
stuff.
Yeah, so you know what it is, and this is where I'm probably landing on the Celtics or maybe the Thunder. If you watch a Mavs game or a Warriors game or a Bucks game or a Nuggets game, so those 4 on the top left there is a good chance you are going to see just a huge moment of basketball. Like you're going to see some mega clutch shot. You're going to see just
That's
like
true.
that like your likelihood of seeing something unbelievable goes way up watching one of those 4 teams, whereas it's a little bit lower with the Celtics. It's definitely lower with the Thunder and Spurs. So that's why I'm like those 4 to me are locks, just because like the big moment frequency is so much higher, and then the suspense of a potential big moment creates like more excitement throughout the whole game, you know?
One of our live viewers, Abby, is kind of on the same page as you. She'd rather see skill versus Wemby or Chet, I guess, being tall, just being tall. I think that I don't know that I disagree with that statement on its face, but I also think
Casey's usually pretty
a
down on the NBA because he thinks it's like it's just a bunch of tall dudes.
well, no. I just think that might be a mischaracterization of those two guys. I don't think Wemby or Chet are just tall. Yes,
You
they're
know what?
freakishly tall, but
I
they're
think
good ball
this
players.
is something that we were going to talk about in our other segment. So, Abby, we'll talk about this next time. Abby, come to the next basketball show, because we're gonna chat this out, because people are doing this thing to Wemby where they're like, he's so incredible. Have you ever seen anybody do this at 7'4"? I'm like, hold on. Like, not a lot of people do this at 6'8". You know what I mean? Like, he's incredibly skilled for a 6'8" player. And I think I heard somebody say that, like, you know, even if he was just a 7-footer, I still think his skill set is like beyond that of most big men, right? It's his skill set might be Kevin Durant level already, which is crazy for a rookie, you know? Now, definitely he has some plays that are just like, that's a long dude. You know, that block on OG Anunoby, you're not going to see that from a guy who doesn't have a 25-yard wingspan, but you know, he's skilled. It's not just that they're tall. I agree.
John, what do you say to Jedi Fett, who says, hot take, I'd rather watch the NCAA?
That's we talk about this every year in March, and by every year I mean last year, because that was the first year we ever did this podcast in March.
That's
and
true. Every year,
single we had at that time, I think we had like 4 or 5 co-hosts on that show or something like that, and we all sort of agreed that, like, why would you just want to watch people who aren't as good as at basketball play basketball? Like, by that logic, Jedi Fett, I could just be like, you know what? Hot take. I prefer watching high school boys basketball. Hotter take. I prefer watching high school girls play basketball. Hotter take. I prefer watching middle school girls play basketball. Like, look, I love basketball at all levels, but at a certain point, it's like middle school girls are not more fun to watch play basketball than NBA players. Like,
only to certain types of individuals.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to me, but not to most basketball fans, for sure. But yeah, no, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I just don't really get the draw of just watching people who aren't quite as good. They're like,
think
people
part
are
of
always
it
like,
is
they
March.
play harder, they play defense better. I'm like, I think they just miss more shots, if I'm being honest. Like,
part of it is March Madness,
March
the tournament,
Madness
the tournament itself, and then when you know about the buzz, you feel that electricity.
Yeah.
You are more interested. It's something that grows season to season. They do the playoffs really well there. It's just that's what it is. It's marketing within its own. They do
the playoffs well. It's the single elimination tournament, but I would argue too that, like, NBA playoffs, like, those are super exciting too. And everybody kind of says, well, they're so lazy on defense in the NBA now. Look, there is usually 2 or 3 quarters of them not being super active on defense in most regular season games. But anything that comes down to it, they're playing hard. And anytime, I mean, if if you're saying, oh, it's because of March Madness, I'm like, well, then we got to throw NBA playoffs in there.
Well,
and they're playing hard every game. And it's like, well, they don't play as good a defense then. No, they just make more shots. It's just harder to play defense.
I'm with you on everything you just said. I think the only thing that we might not be factoring in with that take is that for the deeper basketball fans, I think, again, for like the people who are the students of the game, watching the same team play a series against each other is like, you get to see how it develops. You get to see how they adjust to things, how they answer it. To somebody who's a little more casual, I think it's way more fun for them to see new
single elimination
matchups.
Tournament.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just exciting. You get the Cinderella stories like that. The best team does not always win nearly as much.
Yeah, way more Cinderella stories in March Madness because it's hard to fake a series. So look, I like March Madness. Watching regular season college basketball, like, dude, nothing drives me more crazy than watching teams play a freaking middle school 2-3 zone, and somebody gets into the paint, kicks it out to a wide open wing on the three, like shoots a three and misses it. And it's like, okay, I get some misses, but when that's happening like so many times a game, I'm like, man, why do you guys just not play as good as the NBA players? Like as an NBA fan, watching them miss as much as they do is just, it's tough, man. It's tough.
I'm going to be a good co-host and have your back on this one because I actually, hot take, feel the same way about football. I can't stand college football. I'm like, when I could watch the NFL instead, because that's the same part of the season, everything. Like, why would I watch college football compared to NFL when it just looks like about 8 guys on either sides of the ball are moving in slow motion? They're just, the athleticism is nowhere near. Somebody's always running the entire opposite way of where they're supposed to go. It's just, what are they doing? You know, let's spread everything out and play some kind of version of this game that is not viable in the pros.
They're rarely under center in college. Yeah. It's look, that said, I do like basketball at all levels. I do like watching high school boys basketball. Like I do like watching high school basketball. You know, if it's a Saturday and I got nothing going on,
John does like watching middle school girls basketball.
That's probably the line, dude. I do not want to watch a game be 25-20. And it's like, oh, that's a 5-point lead. That's insurmountable. Like we can't, there's no way we could ever come back from that. But yeah, I mean, like if it's a Saturday and I got nothing going on, like I'll throw on some college football, sure, you know, like, but how often do I really have nothing going on a Saturday? That's what it is. I got to pick my spots, and I'm not picking my spots watching college ball.
Yeah,
that's
I get you.
That's
I'm with
it.
you.
All right, let me get this thing off the share, and I think we got to do a couple spins, and then I got
we got a few.
All right, Casey, we got 3 spins right now, I think.
Hell yeah. Spin it up. I'm going to stay on the Keela train until Keela wins because
hammer them out. All right.
I always root for win streaks, man. Win streaks are cool.
Dude, I like T-Fire because it's a to-fire name, dude.
I also heard Adam from a little birdie. I heard that Adam cashed in his credits to Daps for something finally. Almost $300.
Dang.
Yeah.
What did Daps say about it? What did the birdie say?
It wasn't Daps. The little birdie was Megan.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah,
Adam,
Jedi. I know Jedi's been. I know Jedi's been watching the streams like on TikTok, the breaks. So
yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, Jedi got a signed helmet not too long, or is getting one sent.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I like T-Fire.
All right.
You like Keela.
We need another win here.
Ooh, pass Keela.
Jojo Mac
on the line.
Hey-o.
Jojo Mac. Jojo Mac, congrats. $25 gift card to DAP Sports. Email triplecrosspodcast@gmail.com to claim it. I almost said to claim it. You could claim it or claim it, but that's how you get it.
It's glamorous.
Right. Next spin. We're doing them. We're banging them out. Banging them out quick. Banging out some quickies.
All right. Naturally, as one does.
Oh man, after a hiatus. Oh no!
Mike. That's it. Because his team was a punching bag on today's episode. It's that bonus spot.
Yeah, bonus spot for the punching. That, you know, he took some punches, but he got the extra spot for it. Mike, you know what to do. I'm not even going to say it again. I'm just going to spin this wheel. Ready, go.
Spin that wheel. $25 to DAP Sports.
Oh, missed Keela. Ooh, it's another close one. Tom, the Jazz fan.
Tommy Buns. Tom Segura.
Look, if I could rig spins, which I cannot, we can't rig spins, but if I could rig spins, I would rig them all for Jazz fans. So Tom, congrats. $25 gift card to DAP Sports. Email triplecrosspodcast@gmail.com. That's Megan. Megan will answer your email. Tell her you won a $25 gift card to DAP Sports on the November 10th basketball episode. And Casey is going to go live in the football playback room later today. So we have a Triple Cross football playback room. Casey just linked it up in the chat. He's going to be live in there later today, talking NFL and doing more spins. And do you know what you're going to talk about that yet?
I have it all prepared, and I know exactly what I'm going to talk about. I just don't want anybody. I want it to be a surprise. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet, but I will talk about it. I promise.
Join Casey later today. I think he'll be on in about 45 minutes.
I'm definitely going to be judging your comments on the Triple Cross basketball and Triple Cross football channels. Have I said that enough yet? Okay.
Yeah, he'll be on in about 45 minutes. Join him there. I got to go. I'm late. Bye.
Bye.